Beloved soul, it's Melina. Welcome to my living room. Today we're going to have a cozy chat about what it means to be a multi-dimensional being here on in this world, right? So I can't wait because I want to talk you through how I came to discover that actually. In some of my past videos, I've been talking about my disease, multiple sclerosis, and I had an incident with that as an 8-year-old where I felt it for the first time, right? And well, when you that early on get to have feelings inside of your body that are not good, that don't seem right, uh, then you sort of start to understand what it means to sense yourself and, well, your abilities to do lots of things, right? So you start saying to yourself, well, if I have this and that sensation today, well, what can I expect to be able to do tomorrow? So it's all about energy. It's like if I have well used all my energy today, well, then I don't have any energy for tomorrow, or I need more for tomorrow. I need a break tomorrow. If I take a break today, then I can do what I want tomorrow. So it's in that way you get to understand energies around your own physical body's abilities to do all sorts of things, right? And and then you get a sort of a little professional, because you know and understand your body, right? And what really works for you and what doesn't. And then, you know, your body sort of opens up to more, okay? Because you understand that when I was really, really sad yesterday, then my body felt sad as well. When I thought really ugly thoughts about myself or fearful thoughts about myself, my body became fearful as well, because my body felt worse. Okay, so that's how I got to know that I actually am more than just a body, that my mind communicates with my body's cells, right? And that my feelings also communicate with my body and my body's cells. That I actually am the boss of my body cells, okay? I can actually make it do whatever I want, whatever I think, whatever I feel, all right? So, well, yeah, there is communication going on inside of you all the time, all the time. So, and that makes me come to the next I want to say about that, because that communication is not something you can grab, and science can't tell us about it, can't prove it, right? So there are things that's happening inside our body that we can't prove, right? And that, when you acknowledge that, it opens up for even more, right? That we are more than just a body and a mind and some feelings, and we are more than the mental state and the emotional state and the physical state. And that perhaps we can find strength in that. Perhaps There is something powerful in that if we actually get to understand it and get to know it, or pull it down or grab onto it within us, right? And that's our soul. That is our soul. That invisible part of us that makes up all that we are. And so when I got to that acknowledgement that I do have a soul as well, there is more between heaven and earth here. And also I was able to see a lot of things that other people couldn't see. So I'll get into that later, but still, well, it's opening up your world once you start playing with this, right? And and then I started to realize that when the grown-ups were talking about something, my mom and her girlfriends were talking about another girlfriend who wasn't there, about her bad choices, I would just sit there and I would actually understand, first of all, why that girlfriend made those bad choices, and that it came from something deeper and something else, and why my mother and her girlfriend, who were actually gossiping about this other girlfriend, why they were inclined to gossip, what inside of them was needed to be released to talk really bad about this girlfriend. Why weren't they supportive? And I could see why. I could see inside of them. And then I just said something that really was spot on to whatever was happening with that girlfriend. The truth, actually, about why she was acting that way. And I just said one sentence and I said it. And my mother and her girlfriend was looking at me like, for a second, realizing that I was right. And then sort of ignoring it and continuing to gossip about this girlfriend, right? There are so many layers in life, right? And I was actually becoming really good as a child at seeing all the layers, because this disease had made me see and look inside of myself and my own layers. Okay, so and then I started to realize that sometimes I had a thought about something and I said it. And then someone else would say, I just had that same thought. So I acknowledged that there is actually communication happening between us that is invisible and not outspoken. And I realized that this is happening between our third eyes. So we were sending messages back and forth. And I understood that actually I could hear or tell what someone else was thinking. Then either I would say it or they would say it, right? This is a way of communicating, right? And we are also communicating clairvoyantly with each other, and comes from the heart, and it sort of goes, the energy goes over in the other person heart, right? And so the other person can acknowledge what I'm feeling, and I can actually feel what they are feeling without having said it, without having heard it or felt it. Like, it's just a clairvoyant feeling, me obtaining their feelings and emotions. And it happens every time you talk to a friend, and you really feel acknowledged by that friend and how they are listening and how they are understanding you. But they're understanding you because they are feeling you clairvoyantly while you're talking. Okay. So we have these invisible languages. We also have a language that comes from above, right? A cognitive language where clear thoughts come into your head, like boom, into your mind. And then you make a sudden choice because it just came very fast, right? And yeah, so we are more than just a personality. We are a soul. And this soul is connected to even higher places vibrationally, okay? And that's why we call it a higher self. And the higher self is connected to everything that is. We are connected to everyone that lives here on earth, everything that is here on earth. We are connected to other galaxies. So our soul can be in this galaxy, but also in other galaxies at the same time. Our soul can also share a soul with our twin flame, as someone called it, here on earth. That means we are one soul in two different human beings. And that's where it gets spooky for some of you, right? And we are living and experiencing everything, everywhere, right now, at the same moment, all the time. There is no time, there is no space. We here on earth are used to thinking of everything like in a linear way. There is a past, there is a future, there is a now. But the past is now and the future is now. That means we can be in the past as well as the now, because everything happens simultaneously. Everything happens at the same time. All right, so we have been living before. We have past lives behind us where we have learned and been someone else, somewhere else, usually another gender than we are right now. And we carry whatever our soul has chosen to put into our blueprint for this life with us from past lives. And that's why we call it karma, karmic relationships, because past lives come back in the shape of souls we have met before in past lives. And there has been perhaps some unfinished business in these past lives, some teachings that were not, well, I feel like I want to say mature enough to get closed down and shut off. And then, well, we bring sometimes souls from past lives into this life to wrap it up. That's karmic relationships, right? And that is everyone. It's just, it can be a man, it can be your mother, your father, your friend, whatever, right? And yeah. To end with, I feel like I want to talk about the fact that we are right now going from and a very old paradigm and shifting into a new paradigm. And we all know it, we all feel it. It's happening right now here on Earth. Sorry, my nose always gets itchy when spirit interferes with what I'm saying. All right, so I'm sorry. I feel like I need to put on my glasses. My face is weird, so I'll just do that. Sorry. I see much better now. Well, the third dimension is a dimension that involves a lot of fear-based realities, and that is what I'm trying to say, because the past, the energy from the past we're coming out of right now is all about creating fear and guilt and shame, and everything you do because you do it for someone else and their expectations, and those expectations that you have put on yourself because you thought that these were the right ones to have toward yourself. These expectations had nothing to do with who you really are and why you're really here on earth and what your purpose is. It was all about someone else, and you're doing everything for someone else because you were afraid not to. You were afraid to be well, ghosted or shamed or put down, right? And well, the energy we are transisting into is about coming closer to who you are and coming into your truth and understanding that you are a multidimensional human being, and using the multidimensionality and the ways of communicating to not only your gain, but to everybody's gain, because we are all one. This soul that we have is shared with everyone. On the other side, it's like a big soup, right? And whenever you, well, I want to say, become happy or love yourself more, then it happens to everybody. It's a part of everything. Whenever you get that lesson, really get it, and then change your life, then everybody benefits. Okay, so being coming closer to the fifth dimension inside of you, it's happening inside. It's not a place, it's not a new apartment. It's a place inside of you where you get to understand that everything happens with synchronicity, and everything around me are actually here to help me grow, and that makes you, well, come closer to be able to forgive people, to be more compassionate towards people, to understand and accept differences between you and other people. And when you get to that point, it removes so many burdens from you, from your shoulders, from your internal stress. It just, because you understand that, well, we are all part of the same, and I see your soul more than I see your personality. When I look in your eyes, or when I just acknowledge that you're in my life. But right now, it's hardcore, because there are so many choices we all have to make also put boundaries down toward those who come in with that old energy, with that old fear, and tells you what to do. And because they don't understand what it is that you're actually about to do or doing, right? So it's about telling them, you know what, thank you so much. I wish you healing. I wish you joy. I wish you love in your life. I can only give you love back. But I will not entertain in the fear that you're bringing anymore. Sometimes you need to take a long pause from someone in your life, right? Because they keep doing it and you're just not ready to stand your ground in your truth and able to actually forgive right away or accept right away, okay? And that is a part of the journey to lose a lot of people in your life or things or jobs or whatever, security. That is part of the spiritual journey of becoming an enlightened human being, okay? The good thing is that other people are able to come in now because you sort of took out the trash, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call, people trash, but it just, you know what I mean? When you clean your house, then you can, and you move out the old furniture, the old spotted furniture, you can actually buy a new one, beautiful new sofa. That's the same thing with people in our life and vibrations that we have in our life. In jobs or just whatever we do in life. And we are able to, without that old trash, to be clear and clean and able to actually align to our own truth. And there are no more noise that is in your head all the time. You get balanced once you really clean out yourself, purify yourself, and then you can actually hear what it is your soul is trying to say to you about who you are and what you want, what your needs are, what you feel inspired to do, what your creativity asks of you or wants you to do. Then it becomes easy after that, okay? So, well, we're all trying to hold on here. And all I can say is, I know for sure that everything is going to turn out really good. Everything is going to turn out really good. But right now we are evolving like this, but now we're going up like that. So it's like 100 years of evolving in 2 years. It's like crazy amok with the evolving here. And everybody are tired and it's because the vibration is shifting so fast, right? And we can hardly keep up. So that's why it's so important to really pull your energy in and center yourself and say, I have to talk to my soul about that first. I just have to talk to my soul about that. Let me get back to you. I'm not really sure what I want. I just have to talk to my soul. Okay, so that's an advice I'm supposed to give you. And once everybody starts doing that, then we can really start playing with each other, because people are like, wow, I'm me. Are you me too? No, you, yeah. And then we can cooperate, and we can make a team, because you have this thing to bring into the thing, and I have my thing, and then we can but it's clear what everybody can do and wants to do once we really go there within ourselves. Because as it has been up until now, nobody has been really happy about going to work, right? It's been, oh, it's Monday. I have to have 5 cups of coffee today. And then when it comes to Friday, it's like, yeah, it's Friday. Finally, I'm off work. And why? Why the hell has it been like that? Everybody should be happy to go to work, right? And it's possible now. It's going to be possible now. So trust that, you guys, and trust that, well, the universe, spirit, whatever, all these that are trying to communicate with you, your intuition will tell you where to go, and just listen, okay? Yeah, so that's what I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.